welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Dani and this is Coffee Break with Dani, where I get to your video requests eventually. All right guys, first things first, if you like what you see, if you like hanging out with us, if you like to see my dogs, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and to turn on the bell notifications so you don't miss a post. We've kind of been on fire recently, staying on schedule and everything. So let's ride the wave together and join the Panda crew, the Panda family. We love to have a good time here. And today we are going to do a video that I get asked to do a lot. This video, when you guys request this video, it's usually prefaced with a, Dani, I know this is really weird, but you have really beautiful nail beds. I get that compliment a lot, and I do have to say, it's by far one of my favorite compliments to get. I love hands. I admire hands. I look at people's hands. It's something that I've always looked at. My dad has been a mechanic all his life, so his hands really tell a story. And every time that I meet someone, one of the very first things that I look at, well, one of the very first things that I do is see if they make eye contact when I'm talking to them, because I'm one of those that I need to see your eyes. I need to make sure, because I'm like, are you really listening to me? Am I listening to you? And that's how I know, you know? And then another thing that I do is I look at people's hands. I feel like they tell a really important story. Anyway, so when I get that compliment, I really, really, truly appreciate it. And the other question that I get is, where do you get your nails done? Is that gel? Do you have tips? Like, what's the story? What's the story behind your nails? Here's the story. I don't like to get manicures. I don't like getting pedicures. I do get pedicures every 2 months, maybe. Do you want to say something? Because you're being kind of loud back there in your Christmas sweater. You are, mister. He's not having a good day today, so we're keeping him close. He's still a little off. Anyway, after that cuteness interruption with Wesley Bear. So, oh, all right, where are you going? We're doing a little bed switch, no big deal. So it is definitely a very, let me tell you guys, this is my life. What do you want to tell your friends? Are you smelling my lip stain? Do you like it? Do you want to show everyone your Christmas sweater? Isn't that nice? Isn't that nice? Your godmother Samantha. Tell everyone, my godmother Samantha got it for me. She got it for all the dogs, let me tell you. So now they all match. Even Mern, she has a Christmas collar. So we're all in the mood, in the festive holiday mood over here. Okay. No more cute interruptions, because we're on a mission right now. Like, I have like 20 minutes to finish this video. And y'all know, in the land of Coffee Break with Dani, 20 minutes is a very short video. Okay, so back to the point of the story. One of the #1 requests that I get is how I paint my nails. I do my own nails. I only get pedicures, like I said, maybe every 2 months. But my hands, I don't tinker with them. I don't mess with them. I don't cut the cuticles. I don't do anything. All I do is cut my nails, file them, and paint them. That's it. And I do it probably once a week, maybe every 10 days. And here is why. So this video, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tell you the products that I use, and I'm gonna insert clips of how I do it. So you're gonna see me applying base coat. You're gonna see how I hold the bottle, or rather the applicator. You're gonna see how I cut my nails, all of that stuff you're gonna be able to see for yourself, along with obviously my fabulous voice description. So my nails grow really, really fast. So does my hair. I don't know if you guys remember, but just in May, I cut my hair right under my ears. And this is how long my hair has gotten. So I am a firm believer in a supplement called Biotin, and I actually brought one of my new bottles upstairs just so that I could show it to you guys. The Biotin that I use is from Briogeo. It's called Be Well, and this is their Omega with Biotin complex. So the official name is Vegan Omega 369 plus Biotin. This has more biotin than you need in a day. So I take 2 capsules in the morning. It's not one of those supplements that you need to take with a full tummy. It doesn't give you any kind of discomfort. It is a vegan supplement, and it makes my nails grow very fast and very strong. So that really, really helps. If you guys are struggling with nail growth, or you're trying to regrow your nails, or you had acrylics for a long time and now they're not very healthy and you're trying to let your nails breathe, I do recommend taking some kind of fatty acid, maybe a vitamin A or E, and biotin, and it's definitely gonna help your nails grow long. Now, once my nails are naked and I get into the nitty-gritty of it, there are a couple of things that I recommend you guys have. You need a specific nail cutter or clipper, a specific nail file, a base coat, a top coat, and a cuticle oil, whatever polish you want. I'm not necessarily a fan of a specific brand of nail polish because if you think about it, the color is the meat of the sandwich. But what really matters, or what encases the color or the bread, is the base coat and the top coat. So if those two are winning products, you could use any brand of nail polish, from like the cheapest $1, like a Dollar General polish, to the fanciest 9 free, you know, vegan, toxic free, whatever, $25 nail polish. It really doesn't matter because you're sandwiching it between a base coat and a top coat. So when my nails grow out, every week to 10 days that I do cut them, I recommend using a toe nail clipper or a nail clipper that has a flat edge to it. The flat edge is vital to achieving this type of nail shape. So a lot of people ask me about my nail shape, like, what is it called? How do you do it? I just cut straight across my nail, and you can see there's absolutely no length to it. I cut directly across, and I do all my nails at once, directly across, all 10 nails. And you're gonna have really, really, really sharp corners. So you wanna be careful. Don't do this when you're doing a million other things. Do it when you're gonna, you know, start and finish. So I'm gonna link these Tweezerman clippers. I've had them for years. They last forever and stay sharp for a long time. This does come in a 2-pack. It comes with the regular nail clipper, the one that has the curved edge. Avoid that like the plague unless you have littles at home that do require a smaller nail clipper. That's the one that I use for my boys. But this one with the straight edge that's for toes is serious business. I love it. The next thing that you want to do is have a nail file. I've tried all the nail files, you guys. I've tried the diamond files. I've tried the metal files. I've tried the ones that you peel in layers. I've tried all the kinds of nail files, and I keep coming back to Revlon for some reason, and it has to be Revlon. The pattern changes often, but it has to be the one that has 2 sides, the smooth and the rough. And I always use the rough side. Regardless of if your nails are thick or thin, I always use the rough side because I use a straight edge nail clipper, and so it leaves the corners really sharp. I mean, sharp to the point where it'll scratch a table. So you wanna make sure that you're going in with a nail file that's aggressive enough, and you always file in the same direction. So you don't rock back and forth when you're filing. So I'll go around the corner of a nail, and then I'll go straight across, and then I'll go around the corner. So it's not one smooth rocking back and forth completely across. I shape it, and I make sure that I always go in the same direction. Once you've figured out your routine or your system, you really don't even have to look. You're doing it while you're watching TV, while you're doing Netflix or whatever. You don't have to look. It's so easy. And like I said, you can tell in the shape of the nail, it's a flat edge, but it's not sharp. There's no sharpness to it. You're not gonna hurt yourself. You're not gonna hit yourself anywhere. So it's very, very smooth. Then we move on to base coat. Base coat is one of those things that is a sore subject around here, just like Caress body wash, Stay Free panty liners. There's a couple of Voldemort characters that we do not discuss here at Coffee Break with Dani. One of them being this particular base coat. So this is Formula X base coat. Formula X was Sephora's private nail polish brand. This is by far the best base coat I've ever used in my entire life. On my search for base coats, there's been so many that I try. There's been so, I don't want to bring them out right now because it might make my voice crack a little bit. There's been so many that I've tried. None have worked. One has come close, and that's the one I'm going to talk to you about right now. This is Morgan Taylor's Stick With It. I discovered this from a panda of mine. She recommended it. She found it at Ulta, so I went and got it at Ulta, and it works, but it doesn't hold up for like 2 weeks. like this one from Formula X. So I do have to say special shout out to Ruth, a local panda, and her beautiful baby girl, because they sent me like 10 of these bottles to my P.O. box. Apparently they still have these at some Tuesday mornings. So if you have a Tuesday morning nearby, go and look for this guy because you're not gonna regret it. It's one of the base coats ever. Now, with base coat, top coat, and polish, the #1 key way of applying it is to cap your tips. So what that means basically is you're gonna cover the entire nail bed, but you're also going to coat the tip of the nail. So you wanna make sure that you bring that polish to the tops of your nails. Right now, I don't know if you guys can tell, but my polish is pretty old. I filmed the nail polish video part before I'm actually filming this talking part. Anyway, so your nails don't chip. You just get wear on the tips from, you know, washing dishes and, you know, playing with dogs and putting stuff away and scratching. There's a lot of wear on the tip, but there's no actual chip on the tip. That's a mouthful. So after I apply my base coat, I go in with a polish. And like I said, the brand is, it really doesn't matter. What matters is your base coat and your top coat. And one thing that I really want you to notice when I'm painting my nails is the way that I hold the applicator. So a lot of you say, hey, my non-dominant hand does the worst job application, nail polish application. It's awful. It just makes a complete mess. So your grip on the applicator is so important so that you have immense control regardless of which hand you're using. Another thing that I want to recommend, or as a tip, is your first coat of color should be messy. All you're trying to do is achieve an actual base color, but if there's streaks, if there's strokes, if there's marks, if there's like, it's thicker on one side than the other, it's not that big of a deal. When you're actually pulling out the big guns on application is on your second coat. So for that first coat, all you wanna do is hit those sides, cap it, hit those sides, cap it, hit the sides, cap it. Let that kind of breathe for a little bit. When you go in with your second coat, I suggest leaving a little bit more polish on the applicator, even if it feels a little drippy, so that the smoothing out process is a lot easier. And even if you think you applied polish a little bit thick, the top coat that I'm gonna recommend will save the day, because that just sucks it dry and you can go back to doing dishes or whatever you were doing in a couple of minutes. It is magic. So remember, your first coat is messy. You wanna cap the tips. The second coat, apply a little bit more polish on the applicator, so leave it a little thicker, and then go in and apply. And I think the best way to do it is to hit the sides first and then coat through the middle, so that in case there's any streakiness with the polish, it's gonna be on the sides and not on the center of your nail bed where you can see it. The second to last step, oh yeah, there's 2 more steps. The second to last step is top coat. Now for me, top coat is epic. It is what makes your entire manicure. You guys can see my manicure right now is a couple days old. I would say 3 or 4 days old. Do you see that high shine on it? It's all thanks to Glisten Glow Top Coat. They only sell this online. You can't try it in advance. You know, there's no way to preview it. All I can say is best top coat I've ever used. It doesn't do shrink, which Seche Vite for me does a ton of shrink. So I've definitely tried a bunch of top coats. A lot of them just feel like a clear nail polish. For me, when I'm looking for a good top coat, I want an insane high shine. I want thickness to it, and I want to make sure that it doesn't cause shrink. So for me, a top coat is supposed to create some sort of protection layer for the polish and for my actual nail. So with Glisten and Glow, I have gotten a few comments from you guys that say it thickens over time. In and of itself, it's already a pretty thick top coat, but if you are not fast at applying it, it will dry quickly. Now think about it logically. I'm recommending this top coat because it dries fast. So if you're applying it and you're slow, the product that's in the bottle and the applicator itself dries fast as well. That's the whole shtick about it, right? It has high shine and it dries fast. So if you have a product that's drying fast, you want to work fast. Otherwise, it's drying up in this bottle. So a lot of you have said that you can only get to about half of the bottle before it starts getting goopy. I usually get to maybe 7/8 of the bottle and then it starts getting goopy for me. But you guys, this is how you know I'm kind of obsessed with Glisten Glow. I buy the refiller. It's like a bottle with a nozzle on top and I just squeeze it and like refill it. And it kind of rehydrates the little bit that's left in there. So again, when you're looking for a good base coat, you wanna make sure it has an insane high shine. You wanna make sure that it dries really, really fast. And you wanna make sure that it doesn't do shrink. Shrink is the worst. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but that's when the edges of your nail polish come in and then it looks almost like you did one coat first and then you did the second coat a little bit higher. So it creates almost like a ridge on it. And then the last thing that you wanna make sure that it does is it gives your nails some sort of protection. So it does give body or girth, however you want to call it, thickness to your nails. So your nails feel a lot safer. I think there's a lot of people that use those dip powders and those layering systems just because it gives thickness to their nails. I get my thickness from the supplement that I take and also from the top coat. And then the final product, and I don't do this as often as I should, especially in the winter when my skin and my hands get really dry, is I go in with cuticle oil. There are two that I use in particular. I love Briogio's castor oil, and I also like the convenience of these pens from Glisten Glow. So these are little turn pens from Glisten Glow. I don't know if you guys can hear that. So it has a very convenient brush tip applicator. It's not messy. They always smell really, really good. There are some seasonal scents that Jill comes out with, like for harvest season where they smell like pumpkin, or for the Christmas, there's holiday scents. There's lots of really good scents. This one here, Blueberry Cobbler, is one of my absolute favorites. It just smells, it's intoxicating. It's delicious. And so you just go around the cuticle. I'm very arbitrary when I do it. I just do it all over, and whatever's left over, I just kind of go like this and blend it and just bring it into all, I don't know, like halfway down my fingers. And it's just a very soothing oil. The oil on these pens is very lightweight. I'm pretty sure it's just a vitamin E. Yeah, jojoba vitamin E, grape seed, sweet almond oil, sunflower oil, argan oil, castor oil, acai berry extract, tea tree oil, and fragrance oil. So there's a lot of really good oils in here. The one from Briogio is straight castor oil, so it does help with the health of my nail. It helps to grow faster, but it is a lot thicker. So I need to make sure that I'm not doing anything where it could get messy or I'm going straight to bed. Particularly after my shower, I really enjoy it. So I'll also make sure to link that one in the description box below. But you guys, painting your nails shouldn't be hard, it shouldn't be daunting, it shouldn't be stressful, and it should absolutely never be messy. If you guys saw in my content, I don't use nail polish remover, I don't need a brush or a Q-tip to go around and clean the edges because there are no edges. When you're applying color, remember the first coat should be messy, it should be thin, it could be streaky. The second coat is what counts, that's the color application. And then when you go in with top coat, you're sealing everything in. So make sure you just go to edge, it's clear. So if you go a little bit over the cuticle, it's no big deal. No one's gonna notice. So the end result looks like this. Remember that this manicure is about 3 to 4 days old. You can even see the little tiny baby growth that I have on my nails already. Don't forget that if you like what you saw and you wanna be a part of this little panda crew, a little panda family, hang out with these little cuties back here, all you have to do is hit that subscribe button, turn on the notifications to make sure you don't miss a post. And other than that, you just have to accept all my lovin'. So all the products in this video will be listed and linked in the description box below. I love you guys so much, and you know what to do. If you found this video useful, entertaining, and learned something, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. And until next time, this coffee break is over. Bye.